Coming up on SUTV, we'll tell you about Prince Harry's recent engagement.
And we'll tell you about the recent car crash near Cedar City. Stay with us.
Welcome to SUTV News. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Grace Schultz.
And I'm Amy Andre.
SUU is looking to bring a bike share program to campus next semester. The university is looking into providing over a dozen bikes for students that can be picked up and dropped off around campus. The bikes would not be free for students, but would cost somewhere around 50 cents per half hour of use. The university will place bike racks at strategic locations around campus. Currently, SUU is asking for student input on where the bike racks should be located. If you have an opinion, contact your academic senator or SUSA representative.
SUU recently celebrated their donors on Thank a Giver Day. Our reporter Chloe Howe has the story.
It's time once again for SUU's annual Thank a Giver celebration. Thank a Giver Day, or Tag Day, is all about creating an opportunity for students to say thank you to all those alumni, friends, faculty, and staff who donate to the livelihood of the university. SUU thrives on the donations from the community.
But really, everything that we have on campus is because of donors. Like the new business building, if it wasn't for Dixie and Levitt, we wouldn't have that building because they donated a big majority of what we're needing to have that building. And so really, without donors, we wouldn't even have a school.
From 8:30 to 1:30, 9 different booths were set up around campus for students to write a thank you card to express gratitude for our donors. In celebration of the day, the SUU Annual Fund also gave away a $500 scholarship to one lucky student. All you had to do was write a thank you card and snap a selfie or take a picture with a sign around campus to be automatically entered into the contest.
By giving scholarships, there's no better way for a student to have that because coming to school is so expensive. We all know that. The cost keeps rising, and if we didn't have some assistance from scholarships, a lot of these students would be here today. So a lot of the things that we're thanking our donors for is because of that. Our beautiful buildings. We've got the business building that's coming up right now. We've got the sports performance building that's going to be built. And we've got the new child family care building that's going to be built. All that is only to be able to be done because of our donors.
The only reason why I'm here is because of donors who gave money so that I could have a scholarship. So I am so grateful for the people who are willing to donate, the alumni who have been to SU and are giving back to the students who are coming because it's literally the reason why I'm getting an education.
SUU truly wouldn't be where it is today without the support of our donors. For SUTV News, I'm Chloe Howe.
This last week was International Education Week all over the U.S. Our reporter Charlotte went to see how SUU celebrated the week here on campus.
International Education Week is an opportunity to celebrate the importance of worldwide exchange. It was created by a joint initiative of the U.S. Department of State and the U.S. Department of Education and is taking place from November 13th through November 17th. International education in form of study abroad, language studies, or cultural exchange experiences prepares American students of all ages for a global environment and gives them an advantage for the future. Emily Forshee, an international student advisor from the International Affairs Office here at SUU, says that study abroad is only one opportunity to learn more about cultures.
It could be about the opposite, about how kids are coming from other countries to the United States and how they feel and what their experiences are. So it's very eye-opening for everyone involved.
For International Education Week, SUU has put together events such as karaoke night, a poetry slam, study abroad panels, or crafting stations where students from the U.S. and from other countries are welcome to come and mingle and make new friends.
I mean, who wouldn't want to make a friend? And you get to learn about different people's experiences from all over the world while you do it, so it's cool.
One of Donald Trump's primary campaign promises hit a unique snag this week. The card game Cards Against Humanity announced last Wednesday that it had purchased a section of the U.S.-Mexican border with the intention of preventing the government from building Trump's famous wall. The purchase of the land was part of a promotional stunt called Cards Against Humanity Saves America. 150,000 Cards Against Humanity players contributed $15 to the cause in return for a surprise gift package. The company hasn't disclosed the location or the size of the land purchased. They did say, however, that they hired a law firm specializing in eminent domain to, quote, make it as time-consuming and as expensive as possible for the wall to get built.
7-time Grammy Award winner Gladys Knight is set to perform at SUU this next week. Tickets are available at the America First Event Center and range from $30 for adults, $25 for youth and students. The concert will take place in the America First Event Center December 7th at 8 p.m.
Coming up after the break, we'll tell you about an Australian gay marriage survey.
And we'll fill you in on the recent North Korean missile launch. Stay tuned.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Hey? God, no.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early. You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Travel is part of the American way of life.
When we're on vacation, we keep an eye out for anything that looks out of place.
Miss your bag.
When we travel from city to city, we pay attention to our surroundings.
Everyone plays a role in keeping our community safe.
Whether you're traveling for business or pleasure, be aware of your surroundings. If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
North Korea has reached new heights with the most recent ballistic missile launch earlier today. The missile traveled around 620 miles before falling into the Sea of Japan. Prime Minister Shinzo Abe called for an emergency meeting of the UN Security Council. Condemnation of the launch was swift from South Korea, Japan, and from President Trump. This is the 6th missile launch of the year.
Gay marriage has been legal in the U.S. for a while, and Australia might be taking a step toward legalizing gay marriage soon. Last Tuesday, the country held a public opinion survey asking Australians, should the law be changed to allow same-sex couples to marry? 61.6% of votes were for the law change, while 38.4% voted no. Lawmakers introduced a bill last week that could legalize gay marriage in Australia by the end of this year.
Alabama Senate candidate Roy Moore is being asked to withdraw from the December special election. Moore is accused of sexually assaulting 2 women in the late 1970s when he was 32. At the time, the women were 14 and 16. The story broke last Thursday in the Washington Post in an article claiming Moore had also dated 3 other underage girls around the same time period. House Majority Leader Mitch McConnell called on Moore to step down yesterday, saying, quote, "I believe the women." Senators John McCain and Ted Cruz have also withdrawn their endorsements of Moore. In a press conference Monday night, Moore said he had no intention of withdrawing from the election and is planning to sue the Washington Post.
2 families are grieving this week after a car crash killed 5 people in Iron County over Thanksgiving weekend. 2 SUVs collided on State Route 56 after Cedar City resident Fernando Ruiz crossed into the westbound lane. Ruiz collided with a Ford Escape carrying 4 passengers. Jesus Jimenez Lopez, Lydia Jimenez, Jose Jimenez, and Juan Antonio Jimenez Sanchez. Ruiz's car flipped off the highway and the Ford Escape burst into flames. All of the victims died at the scene. According to Utah Highway Patrol, the Iron County crash was the only fatal accident in Utah over the holiday weekend.
Skiers and snowboarders getting excited to hit the slopes may need to adjust their plans. Several Utah ski resorts are postponing their opening days, including Bryan Head. Opening day was originally scheduled for last Friday but canceled due to, quote, unfavorable weather conditions. The resort has not rescheduled their opening day. Alta Resort in northern Utah also canceled their opening day with no new date. Park City Resort canceled its last Friday opening day and rescheduled it for Thanksgiving Day. Some resorts, including Deer Valley and Solitude, are not even trying to open in November. Instead, they will start their seasons in early December.
I'm really disappointed there's not snow. I don't know about you. I'm excited. I'm ready. Now that Thanksgiving's over, I'm ready for snow.
Really? I like snow on December, like on Christmas. Before, I'm good with the nice weather.
See, I'm like, from like November 26th to about February 14th, snow. And then as soon as that's over, I'm like, no more. We're done. Spring
once
again.
February hits, no way.
Yeah, not about it?
Nope.
Well, coming up, Amy will let you know whether or not we're going to get any snow.
And later, Dan will give us an update in sports. Stay tuned.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
You got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. Got it. No?
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early. You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Travel is part of the American way of life.
When we're on vacation, we keep an eye out for anything that looks out of place.
Miss your bag.
When we travel from city to city, we pay attention to our surroundings.
Everyone plays a role in keeping our community safe.
Whether you're traveling for business or pleasure, be aware of your surroundings. If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
Hi T-Birds, welcome to the weather segment. Now that Thanksgiving is officially over, Cedar City is starting to get a little bit colder. Last night, Bryan Head was able to receive 3 inches of snow, which means they'll be open for a limited time this weekend. Today's weather in Cedar City, the high was 46 degrees and the low was 28. And tomorrow, the high is going to be 55 degrees with a low of 25. Looks like winter is officially coming. Let's look at 2 other extremes around the world to see what they're up to. In Moscow, the high is 25 and the low is 19, and it is snowing all week. In Sydney, Australia, where they're experiencing summer right now, the high is 76 with a low of 68. I don't know about you guys, but I wish I was in Sydney, Australia. How about you guys at the desk?
Well, thank you for that weather update, Amy. Really nice.
Yeah. So where would you rather be, Moscow or Sydney, Australia?
Absolutely Sydney, Australia.
Yeah.
Not because of the weather necessarily, but just because Moscow doesn't seem like a great place to spend a lot of time right about now.
It was warm. I want to be there.
Yeah, I mean, you know, again, White Christmas. I'm about White Christmas, but
you would get that in Moscow.
Yeah, but I could also be arrested and taken as a political prisoner. So you got to sort of weigh your options on what you'd rather do.
White Christmas or warm Australia? You know.
I guess. Plus, everything in Australia can kill you, though. Like, all the bugs, all the plants.
All of them. I don't think I could survive there at all.
Yeah, probably not.
Dan, what do you have next for sports?
what's up, man? You left some leaves burning out here.
Yeah, I just came in just for a second.
Come on, man. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. You could torch the whole neighborhood.
It's a good point there, Smokey.
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello? That's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
For 3 months, I was being treated for high blood pressure and migraines, which were actually the symptoms. The cause was kidney disease. If you were a member of one of those high-risk groups, I would have your kidney function checked. Early detection can prevent further kidney damage. It was amazing even to my doctor how much diet impacted my personal disease. The power to reduce risk for kidney disease is in your hands. I just feel that my whole life has come back to me.
Think you found every hazard out here today? Think again. The spot you missed could be a killer. That spot on your skin could be skin cancer. If you're a man over 50, you're in a group most likely to develop skin cancer, including melanoma, the kind that kills one person every hour. That's why your best shot is to check for a spot. It's easy. Follow through and check your skin. Go to spotskincancer.org to find out how. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
To about 10 a.m.
Ari, but every coach will tell you defense wins championships. That's what's happening right now on both sides. Defense is playing terrific.
That ball's out, waiting for a signal. Thunderbirds. Tyler thought about it. The vision and the touchdown. Touchdown, Thunderbirds.
Christian Vance is going to hit him right in the face. Hits him right in the face mask and bounces back. And then you like to think that you're to that. They're going to go with some misdirection there. He's going to fake that football and get in behind Josh McMillan, who pulls from the left tackle. Lumberjacks on offense. They're getting off the field again.
On the return. Real big return. Boy, Southern Utah's FCS. They give it to Green. Give him 6. Touch.
Stop. She needs to stop.
Oh, and it's a fake. And everybody's way downfield. And Rashawn Miller's going to just scoot up and get the first down. I mean, everyone was fooled on that.
Coming up, we'll tell you about the Cedar City Temple opening, I'm going to say.
What is going on? Some
Just
confusion.
keep silent. And Guitars Unplugged.
Listen up. Each year, hundreds of promising research studies go unfunded for breast cancer, for lung cancer, every cancer. The American Cancer Society has been behind nearly every breakthrough in recent history. But there's still more work to do. So let's make sure that no research is silenced. Let's make noise. Let's make noise. Yeah. And let's finish the fight.
Toxic chemicals and carcinogens are leaching into the environment. It's happening right where we live, work, and play. Everywhere. Cigarette butts are toxic waste. Let's stop the toxic litter. Learn more at rethinkbutts.org.
I'm hungry. I can't see the board.
Good morning, class. Everyone ready to learn today?
Of course they aren't ready. Across America, health barriers keep millions of disadvantaged school children from learning. Children's Health Fund is working to remove those barriers. But to really change the odds for these kids, we need your help. To find out how you can give every child a chance to be healthy and ready to learn, visit childrenshealthfund.org today.
Life is made of moments. Family. A drunk driver could take it all away. Keep your family safe on the road, because after all, nothing is more beautiful. Mothers Against Drunk Driving. Keep your family safe.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
After the recent announcement of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's engagement, the couple has now announced that the wedding will take place at Windsor Castle in May. The royal family will pay for the wedding, including the service, music, flowers, and the reception. The official date will be announced later.
Rollback an Obama-era order on net neutrality last week. Removing current net neutrality restrictions could open the door for internet providers sharing consumers and websites more money to access certain content. The FCC received millions of comments about the potential repeal, although many of them were generated by bots. Obama's 2015 order defined the internet as a public utility rather than a market of competing private networks. Before 2015, there were no official rules or laws regarding net neutrality.
Donald Trump is coming to Utah next week. A source within Senator Orrin Hatch's office confirmed today that the president will visit the state next Monday. President Trump is expecting to announce the downsizing of Bear Ears National Monument. Currently, the monument is 1.35 million acres. Trump sent Interior Secretary Ryan Zink to survey both Bear Ears and Grand Staircase Escalante national monuments early in 2017. Zink recommended that the President Trump shrink both monuments. There is no word yet on how much Trump will reduce the monument by.
Last week, Bread and Soup Night was host to Thunder 91's Guitars Unplugged competition. Our reporter Matthew House got the story.
Mose Kwan, a South Korean accounting student, is the winner of Guitars Unplugged.
I have been playing guitar for 5 years. I just practice by myself and I've never learned, so I just studied here guitar by the general class. I have never expected that it's my first competition, and I got first prize, and actually I was very nervous, so I couldn't play very well because my finger was shaking.
Mose Kwan and his technical ability. They were saying that he was showing technique that you can rarely see, so they were really happy with the decision and awarding him the $1,000 guitar package from Whittlesticks.
First place, his technicality on his instrumentation
just a little bit higher than the second place. So that's why he got higher points on that.
There were 10 SUU students and Cedar City community members competing to win a $1,000 value Canadian guitar donated by sponsor Whittlesticks.
But overall, all the way 1 to 10, it wasn't as big of a difference as it's been in the past when I've judged. And that was pretty impressive this year, that it was so close all across the board. There wasn't a big gap.
Cal Rollins, manager of KSU Thunder 91.1, said, "We love doing this to give SUU students and community members a chance to perform and also for them to share their music, as well as to share non-perishable food with needy SUU students through the food pantry."
The 2017 election results are in. Cedar City Mayor Miley Wilson won a second term in a landslide victory over opponent Ryan Durfee. Wilson won 75% of votes in Cedar City, while Durfee carried 25%. In the Cedar City race, incumbent Ron Adams held on to his seat by 37 votes, while former Utah Shakespeare Festival director Scott Phillips secured the second seat with 40% of the votes. In statewide races, Provo Mayor John Curtis won the hotly contested seat in the 3rd Congressional District. Curtis beat Democrat Kathy Allen and the newly created United Utah Party candidate Jim Bennett to fill Jason Chaffetz's empty seat. Curtis was sworn in as the newest Utah representative on Monday.
So, how was your Thanksgiving break?
It was great. It was so good to see family, so good
know.
to have fun and just enjoy a nice relaxing break.
It was so nice to be home. I didn't want to come back. I was like, I kind of just want to stay here. Is that okay with everybody if I don't go back to school?
How was yours?
It was fun. It was really nice. I got to hang out with my cat, which I'm really excited about all of the time.
We all love our pets. I had my dog, and so good.
What kind of dog do you have?
It is half beagle and then half blue heeler.
Oh,
so
that's a strange combination, but I like
it. Pretty jumpy, pretty crazy, but always a good time. Always a good time.
That's so fun. And now we just have to get through 3 weeks, and then school's over.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
I cannot believe it. The dead week is already next week.
So are you going to the football game?
Of course I am. I'm so excited. Are you?
I can't wait. I was so excited when I saw that Weber won their first round, because I was like,
I know. Honestly, excited for them.
Yeah.
Not really for them, more for us.
Yeah, I'm excited for us to beat them again, I think.
To kick them out of the playoffs, it's going to be so satisfying.
It's going to be really, I think we've earned that now.
I think we really have. They've done an amazing job this year.
All right. Thank you so much for tuning in this afternoon. That's all we have for you today. I'm Grace Schultz.
And I'm Amy Andre.